It's finally here! The next Animal Crossing New Horizons update was just barely announced on the Animal Crossing Twitter page. Oh my gosh, we're so excited! It's gonna be Brewster, it's gonna be Kapp'n, it's gonna be all these new features, and no, it's not actually. Instead, they're gonna be bringing back all the holidays that were brought to the game last year, but adding some remixes to them, changing a little bit, adding some new furniture, and we'll go one by one of all the stuff coming with this new 1.10 update. And oh, I don't want to say I told you so, but I did tell you so that the next update was going to be 1.10, not 2.0. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But before we get into all that, if you are new here, perhaps consider subscribing. We do tons on Animal Crossing New Horizons, and if you subscribe, you will officially be cool and no longer be cringe. That's just how it works. Anyways, thanks for listening to that. Without further ado, let's get started. So, like I said right up top, a lot of people are a little bit disappointed with this update, but it's genuinely what I saw coming in the first place, because as it currently stands, the previous last year holidays of May Day Tour, of Museum Day, of Wedding Season, those aren't in the 2021 calendar. So if you just like time travel to those days in game in 2021, those holidays won't even be there. But if you go back to 2020, those original versions will still be there. So that was kind of the point of this new April 2021 update, where they're going to be basically updating the holidays that came last year with some new features, with some new furniture, with some new clothing. So it's essentially just the same thing, but with a couple of new things to give you, I guess, a reason to do it again. Or for players who got it brand new over the holidays or over the past couple months, this will all be brand new content for them anyways. So let's break it down and go chronologically with all the stuff coming with this update. May Day Tour returns, of course. That last year it was a you would get a ticket from Tom Nook where you could fly off on a May Day Tour, where it was this where essentially it was this island designed with a bunch of hedge fencing, and it was a big puzzle. What you would do there is navigate through the maze, jump across water tiles and stuff, craft tools, break down trees using fruit and whatnot, and it was actually a really cool, fun thing to go through. And then your reward at the end was, of course, Rover with his campsite, and the item you get from him was the Rover's briefcase. So it wasn't like the biggest kind of holiday, but it was kind of fun to like explore the maze, get really good at it, do the optional challenges, try to keep and collect as many fruit as possible towards the end. And from what here we've seen from the screenshot of the new May Day Tour, it looks like it's gonna be an entirely different island this year. So if you participated in last year's event, this is gonna be a totally kind of new experience, and it'll still be fun to play. From what we can see already, Rover again is going to be at the end of the tour. And right now, as it stands, there's no confirmation whether there's gonna be any new rewards for completing this new maze here in 2021, or whether you'll just get the same Rover's briefcase again. I wouldn't be surprised though if it was some new like Rover themed furniture item. But actually, I think this is kind of cool, because if May Day Tour was gonna be exactly the same as last year, I definitely was not gonna do it again. I had no interest. I've already done the maze like a couple of times even last year. I have no reason to do it a second time, but I'm excited to actually try and do a new maze. I think it's cool they're using the elevated terrain too, as we can see in this screenshot. So it looks like you'll actually be building different tools this time as well. Build a ladder, climb up to get those fruit you can see on the left side. So I'm actually really excited for this new May Day Tour, because then it actually gives me a reason to do it again, because otherwise I was not planning on doing it at all. So honestly, this is pretty cool for me. The next holiday coming is the International Museum Day, running from the 18th to the 31st of May. Last year, basically, it was a stamp rally for the entirety of that week, where you'd run around the museum stamping your little stamp book, and you'd get rewards from Blathers. What's new to this year is they now included the art exhibit as part of the stamp rally this time. There's actually going to be some stamps you can collect in the art exhibit, which is cool. I mean, it was weirdly omitted in last year's Museum Day event. So it's cool to see that here, and inevitably that probably also means there's going to be a new item, a reward for the Art Gallery Stamp Rally, where you'll assumably get the golden plaque for the Art Gallery, because that's what was strangely omitted, and that was the reward. You get those plaques that are outside of each of the museum doors, and you can put those in your house. So all we really know about the new Museum Day is the fact that the art museum, or the art exhibit, is going to be included this time. I don't know if there's going to be any other rewards for completing the Stamp Rally this time around. There's nothing really disclosed here, but that would be kind of cool if it gave you actually another reason to do it multiple days in a row, rather than just getting the same plaques over and over and over. I guess it's cool to see the art gallery being included in this, but overall, it's pretty forgettable. Okay, moving on to the next holiday, being, of course, wedding season, starting throughout the entirety of the month of June. During this wedding season event, you can go to Harvey's Island to take photos of Reese and Cyrus and help plan their wedding. And what we can tell from the screenshots, it looks like there's just gonna be a bunch of new wedding day furniture to be included for you to experiment with, take photos, and of course collect and put on your island later. So if you have any crystals left over from last year, you can exchange those this time, or of course take some more photos of the cute couple and you can unlock some more furniture. In addition to the stuff you can redeem through Reese and Cyrus, there's actually gonna be some wedding day furniture in the seasonal tab, such as like this bell here, for example, in addition to some stuff being in the Able Sisters. There's gonna be some wedding day themed clothing that'll be like exclusive outside of Reese and Cyrus, which is kind of cool. For what we can see, the updates to the wedding day season is gonna be the same gameplay, it's gonna be the same exact thing, just with an inclusion of some new furniture and some new clothing, which I think is great. I mean, the wedding day furniture is all really cute, and for what we've already seen from a couple of the screenshots and stuff, I really like the new stuff that's being included, and I think that's a really simple way to refresh and update this holiday and give people reason to play it again. Finally, just like every other update, they're gonna update with a bunch of new seasonal items that are gonna be coming to the Nook shopping catalog throughout the next couple of months. Looks like there's gonna be 13 new items coming with this new update. Most notably, there's the Children's Days holiday, celebrated April 28th. As you can see in this screenshot, there's the Carp streamer flags in the background, which look really, really cool. And a couple of other accessory items around it. There's also the rolling cheese holiday that they point out being on May 22nd, which is just, you just get a giant ball of cheese, which is kind of weird. Other new items include an apron for Mother's Day, a new apron for Father's Day, and more stuff like that, of course. In addition to all this too, there's gonna be the seasonal items from last year also returning in this new update. So you'll be able to get the same seasonal items that came out at this period of time last year, you'll be able to get here again during these next couple of months. Pretty cool. So that's kind of it with this new update. It's really only bringing some new stuff to the already currently existing holidays here in game. And to be honest, this is kind of what I expected. And I hate to burst people's bubble, but I do think this might be something to kind of expect going forward for the next year here in Animal Crossing New Horizons. They spent a lot of time bringing in all those new holidays, right? Bringing in all these new features, new characters, and blah, blah, blah. And this is a very low lift for the dev team. They can just continue to bring back the same holiday events, right? But just add a couple of subtle new things to it. Like, for example, with the stamp rally, adding a new area to get stamps in, and presumably a new reward. Remixing the May Day tour with a new maze and also presumably a new reward. The wedding day season, getting a bunch of new furniture and stuff. New seasonal items, of course. And honestly, going forward, looking at future updates of Animal Crossing New Horizons, I think this is something we can just expect to be what it's going to be like going forward. Will there be a big update eventually down the road? Maybe. There's no saying either way, but even with all that said, I still think it's very likely that this is just kind of what we're gonna have to expect going forward. We had those big updates last year. Last year was the year of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and this game, I mean, it's already a year old now. All these new updates have already come to the game, all these holidays are already in the game, and so it really just kind of makes sense to just bring new items, bring new furniture, bring subtle, small new gameplay stuff here and there, but in general, this game is kind of complete, which I know probably breaks the heart of many people, and maybe we'll talk about it again in a future video to really break down like what we can kind of expect going forward. But in general, I know people are probably pretty disappointed about this update, but think about the people who haven't played these holidays, the people who got Animal Crossing New Horizons over the summer, or in the fall, or over the holidays, who never even played any of these holidays over last spring, so they're even getting even more content. And then again, you know, the developers are looking out for people who played them last year. They're giving some new stuff for you to do, and giving you a reason in the first place to even do it a second time, because, you know, we all already did this last year, so there wasn't much reason for us to do it again, but now they're giving, you know, they're trying to give you a reason to play it again. I think this update's fine. This is, like I said, genuinely what I kind of expected going forward for the rest of these next Animal Crossing updates, honestly. And I know a lot of people were disappointed, hoping for this massive big 2.0 update, but instead we got 1.10. But what do you think about the 1.10 update? Are you excited for the new features coming with these previous holidays? Or if you've never played these holidays, express your excitement for these new holidays in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big awesome like. And if you haven't already, definitely subscribe for tons more on Animal Crossing New Horizons. If you're interested, perhaps consider joining the Jammie Secret Club for exclusive community perks, custom emojis, exclusive Secret Club live streams, and even early access to new videos. As a reminder, we do stream this game every weekend at 10 a.m. Eastern right here on YouTube Live. That's both Saturdays and Sundays. Be sure to follow me over on my socials to keep up with everything we do in regards to the channel, as well as join our community Discord. It's a great place to find friends to play Animal Crossing with, and there's so many people over there that would love to like play with you, trade items and stuff, so I highly encourage you check that out. It's a lot of fun over there. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you again so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!